Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners over there at Transmedia Worldwide, Wheelchair Van Fundraiser. Jennifer needs a wheelchair van. She's raising money for a down payment to get a used wheelchair van. And check out booster.com/Jennifer's Wheelchair Van. BOOSTER.com. Search Jennifer's Wheelchair Van. You can raise money, you can bring awareness, and you can lift the spirits of our good friends by checking out the Wheelchair Van Fundraiser. Hope, Believe, and Faith is a great t-shirt. It's available right now. All funds raised will go to Jennifer Moss, the organizer for Wheelchair Van. And tell them you heard about it here on Transmedia Worldwide.
Welcome to the Unlock Your Wealth Update. Here's Heather Wagenhals.
America's tax system can be quite complex, harmful to our economy, and sometimes a little unjustified. Even with recent revenue gains, we won't see a raise high enough to pay the Fed's future bills, and now is the time for wholesale tax reform. Reforms can have a far-reaching effect on small business. Evaluate them on these main points. Tax compliance. It holds a large burden on small businesses. The IRS estimates that businesses with less than $1 million in revenue bear almost 2/3 of business compliance costs. Second, small businesses are more likely to underpay their taxes. Because they are more likely to deal in cash and engage in transactions that are not reported to the IRS, they can understate revenues and overstate expenses. Finally, organize with the right structure. Entities such as S-Corps, LLCs, and LLPs help avoid double taxation. For more great resources to help you create unlimited wealth and happiness, visit our website at crackingyourmoneycode.com. I'm Heather Wagenhals. Now go out and unlock your wealth today.
Welcome to the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar radio program.
Raw and uncut, Jiggy Jag, you know how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it all the way live.
Broadcasting live from Hutchinson, Kansas.
Well, I'm sitting here with a linguist. I had no idea. I didn't know you were, but I didn't know that you were a wordsmith.
Call Jiggy right now. 267-22-JIGGY.
Daddy Money.
Hey, Jiggy, what's happening, man? Reminds me of that David Bowie song. Jiggy play guitar. It's a great name, man. Thanks so much for having me on the show.
Presenting.
I'm Mike Massey, and, you can catch me on Jiggy Jag TV and see a few of my trick shots there. Thank you very much.
Jiggy Jaguar.
I never knew what freedom was until I saw you lose yours.
Welcome to the world famous. There we are. I don't know. I feel like there we go. I feel like the mic isn't on. I can't hear myself in the headphones. I'm like, darn my headphones up. It is the world famous Jiggy Jaguar show, coast to coast and border to border, all over the World Wide Web and on 50+ stations throughout the U.S. and Canada. And we have been having all sorts of lovely, fun issues today with the internet. So I don't know. I don't know. There might be some times where we just drop out and disappear. I don't know. So be aware, I guess. I am aware. Now, last night, myself and a few folks attended if you pay attention to us on the Facebook and Twitter and all these fun places, we got a great experience last night. We went and my good close personal longtime friend Mr. Joseph Vincelli was playing down at Bradley Fair in Wichita, Kansas. Went down and seen him and took in a little bit of jazz on a fabulous Thursday. And just, that's pretty much what I did yesterday evening. We also did Concerts for a Cause. I had some we had some things we had to take care of before the first big show on Saturday, so we had that on yesterday, so I wasn't here for the big broadcast, but back in the building, as they say. I don't know who's saying it, don't know why they're saying it, but dollars to donuts, and you better bring the donuts. We're going to get it going, and just working away, 2 to 5 Central, 3 to 6 Eastern, 12 to 3 Pacific. We are going to be live today, and we will be here Monday. Next Friday will be the best of the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar show, because I will be on location at the Smallville Festival. And I am promoting, along with the rest of my lovely crew, the Concerts for a Cause portion of the Smallville Festival. So I will not even be in the building. So we will have a best of show next week on Friday. But today we have Michael Connolly joining us back. Michael Murphy will join us, Robert Shanes, Mark Davis, and we will wrap up the week on this show. And so we had Joseph Vincelli last night. Oh, also, I'm not even on the... There we are. Not even on the damn camera. I'm sitting here broadcasting to the ether on the Ustream. I don't want to end up becoming like Ed Till and having the whole thing where he's obsessed with Ustream. Speaking of Ed, what is he up to? What is Edward Till up to? About an hour ago, we broadcasted a show with no views. I always feel sorry for him and his no views over there on Ustream. I feel sorry for the man. It's too bad he doesn't have anybody that's paying attention to him. Well, we had a fantastic... We're going to be doing a series of shows, I believe, during the week of... I don't even know what the week is, but we'll be doing a series of shows in July, next month, in Wichita, Kansas. We will be on the road, and we will be broadcasting this show live. So I'm hoping to God that we can get some guests and get some things lined up. Because if not, it's going to be a very boring radio program. Monitoring all sorts of different things here today. Just taking in the scenery, as they say. Just taking in the scenery. 12 minutes after the hour, that is that. We are going to take a quick time out here. When we come back, we're going to tell you a story about a California judge. Yes. Oh, you got to love these judges. Well, apparently there is a judge. There's an unbelievable, as someone would say, way that a California trial concluded recently. It left both a police chief and a judge absolutely stunned. I can't believe it. Absolutely unbelievable. And we will do that when we come back here on the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar Show.
You prepared for the worst. If your death came prematurely, your life insurance benefit would protect your family. You have enough so they can stay in their home, finish college, and not be brought down by expenses. They are secure. But what happens if you become seriously ill or suffer a long-term medical event? Your income won't be there, but additional bills will pile up. Life insurance will be of no help, and medical insurance doesn't provide money to ensure your family's quality of life. You and your family could lose it all at the worst possible time. Instead of providing for your family's needs as you planned, you could become a financial burden on them. This is not what you wanted. You need to add living benefits to your plan. Living benefits provide for expenses should you face a lengthy illness or medical crisis. You and your family won't have to worry about your financial state. Call 1-800-645-0501 for a free quote on living benefit life insurance to protect you and your family. Call 1-800-645-0501 today for a free quote. Please don't wait until it's too late.
I'm always looking for great new talk shows to listen to, and I found one. It's called The Mallard Report. From the far beyond to the close to home, you'll hear it all discussed on The Mallard Report with your host, Jim Mallard. The Mallard Report is a paranormal talk show which explores the backstory, the hidden story, and the things other hosts are afraid to discuss. From the secrets of the paranormal to Paula Deen to the government spying on us all, no topic is too taboo for Jim to ignore. The Mallard Report airs live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen to The Mallard Report by going to italkparanormal.com. That's the letter I, italkparanormal.com. When you visit italkparanormal.com, you can listen to The Mallard Report 24/7. italkparanormal.com. italkparanormal.com for The Mallard Report.
Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners at Transmedia Worldwide. Thulia.com is a social jobs portal. Visit Thulia.com to find your local jobs. That's Indiegogo.com, Indiegogo.com. Search Thulia-com. They've got a great crowdfunding campaign going right now. It's THULYA.com. Okay, folks, let's talk about self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Are you stuck in a rut? Do you aspire to be something bigger, something better? Well, author Y.E. Shavola has penned 2 incredible books that will help guide you down a new path. A path that will lead towards self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Learn how to make your dreams a reality. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. Y.E. Shavola's books are available on Amazon right now. How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Get them at our website through our Amazon link at JIGGYJAGUAR.com. Find them on Amazon. Check out Y.E. Shavola's incredible books, How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Today on Amazon.
This is your radio philosopher, Eric Papp, bringing you your thought of the day. Some inspiring facts about our environment. The amount of water on Earth is constant and continually recycled over time. Some of the water you drink will have passed through a dinosaur. 40% of all bottled water sold in the world is bottled tap water. 27,000 trees are cut down each day for toilet paper. Paper can only be recycled 6 times. After that, the fibers are too weak to hold together. Octopuses have 3 hearts, and there are over 100,000 trillion ants in the world, weighing about the same as all human beings. To recommend a thought of the day, email me, eric@ericpapp.com. Thanks, and remember, be responsible, stay powerful.
Back to the Jiggy Jaguar Show on the network.
Welcome back to the big broadcast, coast to coast and border to border. It is the fantastic Friday edition of the world famous Jiggy Jaguar Show, getaway edition of the big broadcast. Getaway day is what they used to call it when I was working at 92.7 The Fan. 92.7 The Fan in Salina, Kansas. And I was working for Danny Hamill and Michael Erb, who have now since both been, I believe, fired. But I'm not bitter. I am not bitter. They should be the ones that are bitter. They're no longer working there. But that's fine. If you want to Twitter us, you can do so. JIGGYJAGUAR. And that is how you get a hold of us. That is how you get a hold of me, the JIGG, and all our shenanigans here today. A story recently popped up. I was looking at the old internets this morning. The good old internets. And a story popped up about a California judge. The unbelievable. Nobody gets that reference but me. Unbelievable way a California trial concluded left both the police chief and the judge absolutely stunned. They could not believe this, which is part of the reason why it's unbelievable. I don't know. I shouldn't make fun. I keyed. Actually, I don't keyed. I don't kid. No. This comes from the Blaze.com. Yes, Glenn Beck's website. Rat Bastard and Conspiracy Chris would probably not like me doing this story. I wouldn't be able to do this story on the old truth frequency. A Central California judge was left with no choice but to free a career criminal Wednesday after a jury accidentally filled out a not guilty form. 1 hour later, the freed man was found fatally stabbed in a city street. Oh, Judge W. Kent Hallman said that he was forced to free defendant Bobby Lee Pearson, 37, because the jury's verdict had been entered into the public record. The Fresno Bee reported, "I can't believe it," he said, after issuing the order. Jurors were hung on the case, but claimed there wasn't a deadlock form available, so they instead accidentally filled out a not guilty form, according to the Bee. "I can't change it because double jeopardy is already attached," Hamlin told them. "This has never happened to me in more than 100 jury trials that I have done. This has never happened to me in more than 100 jury trials that I have done." Police say Pearson and 2 others burglarized an apartment in May of 2013, stealing a video game console and firearm, probably an Xbox. He had prior felony convictions of corporal injury to a co-inhabitant, possession of a firearm by a felon, and carrying a loaded firearm in a vehicle. And yes, there's a picture for you right up on the old Ustream. Oh, just 1 hour after Pearson was released, the man was found to be victim of a fatal stabbing. The boyfriend of Pearson's sister had been arrested in connection with the murder. The question that comes about in an accident like this is, if Bobby Pearson would not have been released, would this murder have occurred? Fresno Police Chief Jerry Dreyer said Thursday afternoon that the obvious answer is no, we would have had him in jail. Police chief added that it was the first time in 35 years as an officer that he had ever seen something like this occur during a trial. Here's my view on things. Awesome. It's one less scumbag on the planet. Think about this. If we would have kept this, if they would have taken this guy, if he would have gone to jail. Let's see. Well, he was he burglarized an apartment, so he stole something. He had prior convictions, which means he'd done this crap in the past, for corporal injury to a co-inhabitant. I don't have a clue what that means, but I'm going to look it up. Possession of a firearm by a felon and carrying a loaded firearm in a vehicle. So essentially, what is this? Cohabitant thing. No one can tell me, but the infliction of injury on present or former spouse or co-inhabitant or parent of child. So what this means is that he had some chick he lived with that he beat up, or he beat up a kid or something. Somebody that he lived with, he beat their ass, basically. Let's see if we can get a good. We'll put the picture back up. That guy right there. Okay, here's the deal. He had a firearm in the car. That's illegal. He had he beat somebody up that he lived with, so it was probably domestic violence of some sort, or a child or something, or somebody or a roommate or something. And then he robbed somebody. Okay, if we stick him in jail, he's gonna be in jail for a while, which means we're gonna have to pay taxes on the guy. Tax money's gonna have to go fund his meals and clothe him and put a roof over his head and all these things. If he gets out, and justice is served, well, there you go. So my view on this is, he's dead. Let's move on. I know that it's sad to say that because he is a human being, and you don't want to ever say, that's a bad thing, it's a good thing, whatever. Never want to do that. But if we let him out, or if we keep him in, either way there's going to be problems. And hell, who knows, he might have got stabbed in prison. This guy might just, someone somewhere determined that he was going to leave this earth after being stabbed. Whether it was in prison or whether it is, so it doesn't matter. So it's over for this guy. Move on. 25 minutes after the hour. Speaking of moving on. No. What am I looking at? It's the Until Show. I'm looking at nothing. Quick little programming note. Tomorrow on this, it won't be on the stream here, I don't think. If you're listening to us on the stream or if you're listening to us on one of our radio stations, it's not going to be that. But 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing a special musical showcase on kjagradio.com, followed by a live in studio thing with Olasa, which should be fun, who is performing tomorrow night here in Hutchinson at the part of the Hutchinson Theater Guild. They're having a fundraiser, so Olasa will be there. And then we will be we will be going on the road. Actually, not really on the road. We're just going to go 10 miles that way or whatever. We're going to be broadcasting from the Double Barrel, where we will talk to Adam Capps, who is performing at Concerts for a Cause tomorrow evening. And then we've got Ricky Fugit. So it should be a fun time. Coast to coast and border to border, thank you for joining us. We are going to take a quick time out here. The unbelievable way. Unbelievable. I just want to be able to say that and make that reference. But that is that. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, we have more coming up. The World Cup. Oh, the World Cup is big money for drug trafficking guys. So we'll talk about that when we come back here on the program.
You prepared for the worst. If your death came prematurely, your life insurance benefit would protect your family. You have enough so they can stay in their home, finish college, and not be brought down by expenses. They are secure. But what happens if you become seriously ill or suffer a long-term medical event? Your income won't be there, but additional bills will pile up. Life insurance will be of no help, and medical insurance doesn't provide money to ensure your family's quality of life. You and your family could lose it all at the worst possible time. Instead of providing for your family's needs as you planned, you could become a financial burden on them. This is not what you wanted. You need to add living benefits to your plan. Living benefits provide for expenses should you face a lengthy illness or medical crisis. You and your family won't have to worry about your financial state. Call 1-800-645-0501 for a free quote on living benefit life insurance to protect you and your family. Call 1-800-645-0501 today for a free quote. Please don't wait until it's too late.
I'm always looking for great new talk shows to listen to, and I found one. It's called The Mallard Report. From the far beyond to the close to home, you'll hear it all discussed on The Mallard Report with your host, Jim Mallard. The Mallard Report is a paranormal talk show which explores the backstory, the hidden story, and the things other hosts are afraid to discuss. From the secrets of the paranormal to Paula Deen to the government spying on us all, no topic is too taboo for Jim to ignore. The Mallard Report airs live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen to The Mallard Report by going to italkparanormal.com. That's the letter I, italkparanormal.com. When you visit italkparanormal.com, you can listen to The Mallard Report 24/7. italkparanormal.com. italkparanormal.com for The Mallard Report.
Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners at Transmedia Worldwide. Thulia.com is a social jobs portal. Visit Thulia.com to find your local jobs. That's Indiegogo.com, Indiegogo.com. Search Thulia-com. They've got a great crowdfunding campaign going right now. It's THULYA.com. Okay, folks, let's talk about self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Are you stuck in a rut? Do you aspire to be something bigger, something better? Well, author Y.E. Shavola has penned 2 incredible books that will help guide you down a new path, a path that will lead towards self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Learn how to make your dreams a reality. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. Y.E. Shavola's books are available on Amazon right now. How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Get them at our website through our Amazon link at JIGGYJAGUAR.com. Find them on Amazon. Check out Y.E. Shavola's incredible books, How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Today on Amazon.
Welcome to the Unlock Your Wealth Update. Here's Heather Wagenhals.
It's critical to find a licensed real estate agent and home inspector you can trust. Find an agent like your mom, one who will find properties good for you and not just their wallet. They're house hunting just for you, finding your price range, desired location, and matching as many amenities you want to find your dream home. A good agent should negotiate the purchase price, terms, and conditions, knowing what to include in a purchase contract. Finding a talented agent who you can trust is key to getting the right home at the right price. You also need a home inspector. They will go over every inch of the house with a fine-toothed comb and report back to you on any and every cause for concern with the property. Know this, your inspector will find things that need to be fixed now and things that may be issues later. It's important to know which ones to fight for and what to let go or risk jinxing your deal. For more great resources to help you create unlimited wealth and happiness, visit our website at crackingyourmoneycode.com. I'm Heather Wagenhals. Now go out and unlock your wealth today.
Now, the Jiggy Jaguar Show on JiggyJaguar.com.
Well, coast to coast and border to border, it is the aforementioned Jiggy Jaguar Show. Well, apparently, well, we got some issues. I have noticed that there is a lot of protests going on. There's a lot of things going on and going about on the old Twitter machine, as they say. And the World Cup, people are angry. Well, one of the reasons why they're angry is because the World Cup means big money for drug traffickers. Shocking as it is, I know. Well, this comes from Yahoo. Drug cartels in Peru and Bolivia two of the world's top producers of the cocaines, are drooling over the bountiful market being served up next door by the World Cup of Brazil. They are sending huge amounts of the drug to their giant South American neighbor where the world's premier sporting event started Thursday. We have observed very intense drug trafficking activity as the World Cup approaches. General Vicente Romero, director of Peru's anti-drug agency known as Darando, told the AFRP since the start of the year there has been a huge increase in the number of so-called drug flights by small planes from Peru carrying the cocaines to Bolivia, and from there it is transported over land to Brazil. And secret landing strips sprout like mushrooms in the Peruvian valleys where cocoa leaves are produced. From there, planes carrying up to 300 kilos, which is about 660 pounds of the cocaines, are taking off frequently. The cocaines, baby, if you will. And basically, Brazilian traffickers know that during the World Cup, controls are lax, and they are preparing for a veritable festival of cocaine consumption. Brazil is now the world's second largest consumer of cocaine, but during the World Cup, it is expected to overtake the United States and become number one. So once again, we lose our status as being number one at something. Brazil has Amazon frontiers with Peru, Colombia, and Bolivia that are virtually impossible to control, and there are the world's top three producers of cocoa leaves, the drug's raw material, and cocaine itself. And military forces are posted along 17,000 kilometers borders, and some 40 tons of drugs are detained for Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro were confiscated. But the financial incentive is overpowering. In Peru, a kilo of cocaine can cost $1,000. But in Brazil, that same amount goes for $5,000, and in Sao Paulo, it's $7,000. So that's why they're running around with the cocaines over there in Brazil. Now, there's a lot of other things going on. There's protests. There's tear gas. They're doing all sorts of crazy things. There's protesters. There's all sorts of crap going on at the World Cup in Brazil. Some of the other things going on. Apparently there's an anti-World Cup protest that has been kicked off by Anonymous. And they are kicking off anti-World Cup protest by hacking an unlikely target, kids. A branch of Anonymous has announced its plans to attack the World Cup's corporate sponsors in protest of alleged corruption in Brazil specifically, and FIFA more generally. Anonymous took down, for some reason, New York's Board of Elections website. And Hackers News Bulletin reports that the site's homepage temporarily redirected to elections.ny.gov/Anonymous Brazil and displayed the following video, which we'll play for you here in a few moments. And altogether, it seems that over a dozen websites have been hacked or taken down, according to the HNB, the site of Brazil's Department of Justice and Consumer Citizenship, and Hyundai's Brazil-specific website, by the way, has been taken down. Still, it remains clear what precisely, unclear, New York Board of Elections has to do with anything. But here's the video that was posted. And we'll see if we can pull that up on a television for our Ustream viewers.
Hello, President Dilma Rousseff. We are Anonymous. Over the years, we have been watching you, your corrupt government, and your campaign to manipulate the masses. The Brazilian people made it clear that investing in the World Cup was a big mistake. The money should be invested in health, education, public safety, and many other needs. While the Brazilian people are dying, the FIFA will profit millions. We saw expropriation, saw the violence against the Brazilian people. We saw a dirty cup advertisement. Anonymous has decided that the World Cup should be boycotted and destroyed for the good of the Brazilian people. Do you want the World Cup to see the worst of all time? We call on all Brazilians that are against this event, which it is being done with the Brazilian people's money. We call on to you that are against this corruption. Join us. Dear Mr. President of Brazil, we recognize you as a serious opponent, and we are prepared for a long campaign. However, you're politically alienating not only the PT, but also of political parties, as the PSDB will not prevail. Your foul play, your methods on controlling the masses, the hypocrisy that has destroyed the lives of millions of Brazilians. You will not find resources to defend against the popular revolt. For every one of us fall because of your police, 10 more of us will appear. Our attacks will be direct and parallel, calling all Brazilians to participate in their city's protest against the World Cup. Let us show the corrupt government that the power belongs to the people. Calling all anonymous around the world to support this cause. The people will become aware of the stress and frustration that they feel is not due to us in protest, but a source closer to them, the mainstream media and the corrupt government manipulation. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. To the corrupt government of Brazil. Expect us.
I am a huge fan of Anonymous. That's all I gotta say. I know that there's a lot of people, so the Glenn Becks and the Alex Joneses of the world. Although I think Alex Jones does like Glenn. He doesn't like Glenn Beck. He likes Anonymous. But I don't know. I just find it so damn entertaining that that Anonymous gets involved in all sorts of different things, and they bring the news and they bring the heat to a lot of these idiots. So it's good stuff. Very, 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 very good stuff. That is that. We are going to take a break, and when we come back in our... I just love WordPress. I'll tell you, I have all sorts of fun with WordPress on a regular basis. Such a fun time with WordPress all the time. Ugh. You've got to love WordPress. It's just so much fun, kids. That's all I gotta say. So much fun. If you want to get a hold of us on Facebook, it's facebook.com/the Jiggy Jaguar. I don't know why we had to do the Jiggy Jaguar, because it wouldn't let me have it. Just flat out Jiggy Jaguar. Don't know why that is. Twitter.com/JIGGY, JHEUAR, if you want to check out what I'm doing on the old Twitter machine. And it's fun stuff. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, we do have more on the other side. Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners at Transmedia Worldwide. Thulia.com is a social jobs portal. Visit Thulia.com to find your local jobs. That's Indiegogo.com, INDIEGOGO.com. Search Thulia-com. They've got a great crowdfunding campaign going right now. It's THULYA.com.
You prepared for the worst. If your death came prematurely, your life insurance benefit would protect your family. You have enough so they can stay in their home, finish college, and not be brought down by expenses. They are secure. But what happens if you become seriously ill or suffer a long-term medical event? Your income won't be there, but additional bills will pile up. Life insurance will be of no help, and medical insurance doesn't provide money to ensure your family's quality of life. You and your family could lose it all at the worst possible time. Instead of providing for your family's needs as you planned, you could become a financial burden on them. This is not what you wanted. You need to add living benefits to your plan. Living benefits provide for expenses should you face a lengthy illness or medical crisis. You and your family won't have to worry about your financial state. Call 1-800-645-0501 for a free quote on living benefit life insurance to protect you and your family. Call 1-800-645-0501 today for a free quote. Please don't wait until it's too late.
I'm always looking for great new talk shows to listen to, and I found one. It's called The Mallard Report. From the far beyond to the close to home, you'll hear it all discussed on The Mallard Report with your host, Jim Mallard. The Mallard Report is a paranormal talk show which explores the backstory, the hidden story, and the things other hosts are afraid to discuss. From the secrets of the paranormal to Paula Deen to the government spying on us all, no topic is too taboo for Jim to ignore. The Mallard Report airs live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen to The Mallard Report by going to italkparanormal.com. That's the letter I, italkparanormal.com. When you visit italkparanormal.com, you can listen to The Mallard Report 24/7. italkparanormal.com. italkparanormal.com for The Mallard Report.
Okay, folks, let's talk about self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Are you stuck in a rut? Do you aspire to be something bigger, something better? Well, author Y.E. Shavola has penned 2 incredible books that will help guide you down a new path. A path that will lead towards self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Learn how to make your dreams a reality. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. Y.E. Shavola's books are available on Amazon right now. How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Get them at our website through our Amazon link at JIGGYJAGUAR.com. Find them on Amazon. Check out Y.E. Shavola's incredible books, How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Today on Amazon.
So what's on your vehicle schedule? This is ASE Auto Professional Pam Oakes telling you that the basic maintenance is as easy as unlocking the driver's door. It's all about knowing when to service your vehicle. Oil changes, tire rotations. These are just a few services that need to be performed on your vehicle to make it last. There's a factory, a dealership, and an aftermarket service schedule, and you always want the factory service schedule. I have a customer whose child attended college out of state. The student would fly home for the holidays, etc. And after 3.5 years, it was time for both the graduate and the vehicle to come back home. Unfortunately, only one made it back. The other threw a rod. The diagnosis? No oil changes for 45,000 miles. Use your services when required by the manufacturer and keep money in your wallet. Want to learn more about your vehicle? Visit me at carcarefortheclueless.com, making you a savvy car consumer.
Talk with Jiggy right now at 1-866-763-1242 and email JiggyJaguar at JiggyJaguar.com.
Welcome back to the big broadcast, 48 minutes after the hour. It is hour number 1 of the big broadcast. From the KJAG Radio Studios in downtown Hutchinson, Kansas, we are live as live can get. 24/7 at JiggyJaguar.com on the TuneIn apps, Radio Loyalty, iHeartRadio, and our podcast is available 2 to 5 Central, 3 to 6 Eastern, 12 to 3 Pacific. We're live, but our podcast is available at iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Radio Loyalty, and JiggyJaguar.com. It is a fantastic day. We had a little bit of cable issues earlier with the old internets. So I didn't know if we would be able to to be on today, but we are here. Lots of stuff going on. It's a Friday edition. Next week we will not be in the building because we are going to be at the Smallville Festival. We are promoting Concerts for a Cause that day, so that should be fun. Which, by the way, is a registered nonprofit now. So it is a fantastic day. We just talked about the World Cup. Apparently there is something which I did not know in the world of spying and the world of everything else. It's called stingrays. This comes from Al Jazeera America. Trickle-down surveillance is the title. And the NSA's covert surveillance tactics are being employed by local law enforcement. Oh, who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it, folks? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Cell site simulators, also known as stingrays, are devices that trick cell phones into reporting their locations and identifying information. They do so by mimicking cell phone towers and sending out electronic cues that allow the police to enlist cell phones as tracking devices, thus revealing people's movements with great precision. The equipment also sends intrusive electronic signals through the walls of private homes and offices, learning information about the locations and identities of phones inside. Initially, the domain of the National Security Agency and other intelligence agencies, the use of stingrays has trickled down to federal, state, and local law enforcement. In one Florida case, a police officer explained in court that he quite literally stood in front of every door and window with his stingray to track the phones inside a large apartment complex. Oh, that's fantastic. Even when police are tracking a specific suspect, stingrays, these things sweep up information about large numbers of bystanders who happen to be nearby. If stingrays yell out, "Marco," the mobile phones in the area reply, "Polo," the result is that police gather the electronic serial numbers and other information about phones, as well as the direction and strength of each phone signal. This is a crazy, scary-ass thing. This is scary. This is just freaking frightening here. Stingrays can also gather information about people's communications, such as which phone numbers they call, because we carry our cell phones with us virtually everywhere we go. Stingrays can paint a precise picture of where we were, where we are, and who we spend time with, including our location in a lover's house, in a psychologist's office, or at a political protest. Oh, you gotta love technology. You gotta love technology. This sort of invasive surveillance raises serious questions of whether our tax dollars are funding violations of the U.S. Constitution's Fourth Amendment, which, by the way, they are. At a minimum, police should be required to go to a neutral judge, demonstrate probable cause, and get a warrant before using stingrays, but many law enforcement agencies are not doing that. No way, I'm shocked. Instead, they seek permission using pen register and something called trap and trace statutes, which are based on low legal standard and are designed to allow collection only of limited information about the numbers a phone dials or the numbers of incoming calls. Other agencies may not be going to a judge at all, or they may be concealing stingray use even when they do seek a court order. Now, this is just flat out illegal. This has got all sorts of shenanigans written all over it. This has got all sorts of problems. The ACLU, though, ACLU.org, they have a stingray tracking devices page. Who gots them? Police use of cell site stimulators unknown. In Kansas. In Colorado, our good friends at KFRK in Denver. My good buddy Josh Runquist up there in Minnesota, they're using them. Wisconsin's using them. New York's using them. I would think they would be. Florida's using them. The state police have cell site stimulators in Pennsylvania and Indiana. Local police have cell site stimulators in California, Alaska, Arizona, and Texas. Of course they do in Texas. What is it? FEMA Region 19 or whatever? That's what they call it. That's what Jones calls it. But this is a scary deal. This is a scary, scary situation. I don't know. I flat out do not have a clue. I am ironically wearing what they often refer to as a Hawaiian shirt, but it's got the United States Constitution on it. On a fabulous Friday, a Freedom Friday, as they say. Freedom Friday, baby. Why is Robert Shane supposed to call me at 45 after? We have Stuart Venner we're supposed to talk to. I don't know. Making a note. 55 minutes after the hour. In the next hour, we will talk to Gary Bronga. We'll do that at the top of next hour. Also, Michael Connolly from the United States Justice Foundation. We will talk to him as well. Michael Murphy as well. Robert Shanes. Michael Murphy, we're going to get his thoughts on this Bergdahl situation. And also going to get his thoughts on the VA. Robert Shanes, we will do the same thing. We will get his thoughts on all that as well. Stuart Venner, we'll talk to him about housing, mortgages, and his network, which we have a show on, amfm247.com. Recently won an award, and we'll talk to him. Mark Davis will be with us. And the CIA is not done droning Pakistan, kids, and we'll talk about that in the last hour, as well as we'll wrap up the week that was here on the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar show. We're going to take a time out. It is top of the hour time, and our featured artist at the top of the hour, Decadent Heroes. We got their music coming up.
You prepared for the worst. If your death came prematurely, your life insurance benefit would protect your family. You have enough so they can stay in their home, finish college, and not be brought down by expenses. They are secure. But what happens if you become seriously ill or suffer a long-term medical event? Your income won't be there, but additional bills will pile up. Life insurance will be of no help, and medical insurance doesn't provide money to ensure your family's quality of life. You and your family could lose it all at the worst possible time. Instead of providing for your family's needs as you planned, you could become a financial burden on them. This is not what you wanted. You need to add living benefits to your plan. Living benefits provide for expenses should you face a lengthy illness or medical crisis. You and your family won't have to worry about your financial state. Call 1-800-645-0501 for a free quote on living benefit life insurance to protect you and your family. Call 1-800-645-0501 today for a free quote. Please don't wait until it's too late.
I'm always looking for great new talk shows to listen to, and I found one. It's called The Mallard Report. From the far beyond to the close to home, you'll hear it all discussed on The Mallard Report with your host, Jim Mallard. The Mallard Report is a paranormal talk show which explores the backstory, the hidden story, and the things other hosts are afraid to discuss. From the secrets of the paranormal to Paula Deen to the government spying on us all, no topic is too taboo for Jim to ignore. The Mallard Report airs live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen to the Mallard Report by going to italkparanormal.com. That's the letter I, italkparanormal.com. When you visit italkparanormal.com, you can listen to the Mallard Report 24/7. italkparanormal.com. italkparanormal.com for the Mallard Report.
Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners at Transmedia Worldwide. Thulia.com is a social jobs portal. Visit Thulia.com to find your local jobs. That's Indiegogo.com, Indiegogo.com. Search Thulia-com. They've got a great crowdfunding campaign going right now. It's THULYA.com. Okay, folks, let's talk about self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Are you stuck in a rut? Do you aspire to be something bigger, something better? Well, author Y.E. Shavola has penned 2 incredible books that will help guide you down a new path. A path that will lead towards self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Learn how to make your dreams a reality. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. Y.E. Shavola's books are available on Amazon right now. How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Get them at our website through our Amazon link at JIGGYJAGUAR.com. Find them on Amazon. Check out Y.E. Shavola's incredible books, How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Today on Amazon.
And now a question from one of our many listeners. This is ASE Auto Professional Pam Oaks answering an automotive question from Garrett of Lakeside, Florida. Garrett writes, someone gave my son a car with a blown head gasket. It's a 1998 Cavalier with 4 cylinders. He's in high school and wants to become a mechanic. I think this would be a good learning experience. Do you have any suggestions where he can get the information to repair this car? What a great opportunity for your son. Well, there's nothing like a good Chilton repair book, and to complement that book, a good teacher. Find an ASE Blue Seal shop where your son can team up with a mentor so he can properly be instructed with this automotive test. There's nothing like teamwork and learning how to repair it right the first time. Want to learn more about your vehicle? Visit me, ASE Tech Pam Oaks, at CarCareForTheClueless.com, making you a savvy car consumer.
Jaguar Show on the network.
Coast to coast and border to border all over the World Wide Web and on 50-plus stations throughout the U.S. and Canada, broadcasting from the Out of the Box Podcast Studios at outoftheboxpodcast.com. And, of course, this is the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar Show. Gary Brongo with us today, small business expert at Small Business Friday, and we wanted to chat with him today about everything small business. And, Gary, welcome back to the program. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Now, what do we have first on the docket today, my friend?
Well, I got a new hat I'm wearing. On top of helping people start their business, helping them grow their business, I'm now a broker in the state of Florida, and I can help them sell their business.
Okay. Well, how does that apply to small business? Let's chat about that for the segment today.
Well, what the overwhelming thing we need to talk about is that as the baby boomers age, a lot of the baby boomers would have liked to already sold their business, but because of the economy and the lender problem we had a few years ago, they weren't able to. Now they're a few years older. They are starting to lend a little bit of money. Things are looking up. They've trimmed their business. They've trimmed their expenses. And now they're even a few years older, so they're eager to sell their businesses. So there's actually going to be many billions in the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay. How does give me a little bit more details on this?
Well, if you're a small business, especially if you're in that category, probably sooner you'll get a better deal if you're wanting to sell your business. On the flip side, if you're wanting to expand your business, might be a good time to keep your eye on listings for competitors or complementary companies that you may want to purchase. It's a good thing to know. It's good for your knowledge to know that this is coming. I'm not necessarily convinced that there'll be a big glut of businesses, but for a little while there probably will be, and prices will be affected. However, usually what happens in our country, there are a lot of people around the world that want to share in the American dream, so most of them will, if there's more businesses for sale than there are wide, they will fill that gap. It's something that you should keep in mind. You keep in mind your end strategy. Even when you start a business, it's very important to know where you're going with that business. And there's a few things you can do to increase value.
It's Gary Brongo with us today. GaryBrongo.com is his official website. He's our small business expert. He's with us today talking about small business, as he does each and every Friday, and he's now a broker, showing people how to sell their small business. Give us a little bit more details on this, Gary.
Yeah, I find it very interesting how you value businesses. Obviously, if you're a one-person entrepreneur, unless there's very little value because you are the company, unless, of course, you find another entrepreneur that wants to expand with your customers. There's ways, point of sales, for example, makes sales a little bit more accurate. Cash sometimes tends to disappear and not get counted in small business. Point of sale software where you have to either scan or enter in a barcode number helps establish what you're bringing in, and is a big help to a buyer.
Gary Brongo with us today. Small Business Friday, joining us live as live can get. GaryBrongo.com is his official website. You can join us on iHeartRadio. Download the iHeartRadio app and listen to this broadcast each and every day via iHeartRadio. And we're live Monday through Friday, 2 to 5 Central, 3 to 6 Eastern, and 12 to 3 Pacific on JiggyJaguar.com. Gary, take me through the process here of how you became a broker.
Yeah, in the state of Florida, you're required to have a real estate license. So there was some studying and a test involved, and I had listed a company I knew several years ago and stayed in contact with that broker. And I determined that it was an interest to me. It kind of completed the circle. Help people start a business with my book, Bringing a Product to Market from Your Home. And then I'm also a business coach where I coach people how to grow their business. and it completes the circle. Now they can reach their goals and benefit from their hard labor and sell their business, and I can assist with that.
Now, give me some more details on this, on this, my friend, because I'm fascinated by you becoming a broker here.
Well, it's in the state of Florida. Anybody that's interested in buying or selling a company in the state of Florida, I can help. Other states have their own regulations. Some require licensing, some don't. Sometimes there's partnerships between states. It's easy to find out. Just research it a little bit. But I've enjoyed it, adding value to companies and to advise them how to add value has been very interesting, and I always love to learn something new. And on top of running Clippies and on top of selling my book and on top of speaking, I now help people buy and sell businesses. So I stay pretty busy.
It is Gary Bronga with us today, Small Business Friday here on the big broadcast, coast to coast and border to border, talking about small business in general. Now, give me some more small business tips here, since we've got you. We've got a good 5 or 6 minutes left to go in this segment. Give me some small business tips here, some quick hits for the folks out there this week.
Well, the first on the same topic or related to this topic, you ought to keep in mind your exit strategy. Actually, at the time you start a business, it takes a different skill set to bring a brand new company up and running and get to a certain level than it does to take it from that level and go to the top level. Many people don't possess both skills. It's very difficult to do both. Most people either do one or the other. So a lot of times timing is important. Businesses have the ultimate bell curve. They usually start and they increase sales, they peak, and then they slowly come down. That's true for every business, regardless of whether it's big or small. It's just the way that things work. Competition, new inventions, different factors that come involved. It might be 1 year, it might be 10 years, it might be 60 years, but that pattern falls into place.
It is Gary Bronga with us today, Small Business Friday here on the big broadcast, coast to coast and border to border. Now, Gary, since we've last talked to you, you've become a broker. What else is going on in your world?
Well, that keeps me pretty busy. I've taken many classes to get certified, and it's very interesting of the trends that I see developing in the country. The types of businesses, one becomes hotter than the rest and then falls back as people discover certain industries. Each industry has their own multiple. Some are more valuable than others. Those multiples don't change. A restaurant, for example, may have a formula of 2.5 times, for example, earnings or 0.5% of gross, and it's pretty involved to understand those multiples and to value businesses.
It's Gary Bronga, Small Business Friday here on the big broadcast. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, we've got more here on the big broadcast.
It's a minute report for America.
See, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just let that damn music play, because now the quintessential player is locked up, and now we have to reload everything. Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners over here at Transmedia Worldwide. Toilets for primary and infant school. Check it out today online. It's GoFundMe.com/9F34M0. That's www.GoFundMe.com/9, the letter F, the number 3, the number 4, the letter M, then the number 0. Check it out today. It's Toilets for Primary and Infant School. It's created by Caleb Page. What are the needs? The children at the Frankfield School in rural area of Jamaica lack proper toilet facilities and are requesting your help in building a new one for their primary and infant school. The present toilet is in poor condition. It is unsanitary, unsafe, lacks privacy, security, and the younger children do not want to use it. The children at the school are highly motivated to pursue learning. The impact on the children's welfare, according to UNICEF, sanitation and hygiene affect children's right to education. 400 million are unable to fulfill their education potential. Check it out today online. It's GoFundMe.com/9F34M0 and tell them you heard about it here on Transmedia Worldwide.
You prepared for the worst. If your death came prematurely, your life insurance benefit would protect your family. You have enough so they can stay in their home, finish college, and not be brought down by expenses. They are secure. But what happens if you become seriously ill or suffer a long-term medical event? Your income won't be there, but additional bills will pile up. Life insurance will be of no help, and medical insurance doesn't provide money to ensure your family's quality of life. You and your family could lose it all at the worst possible time. Instead of providing for your family's needs as you planned, you could become a financial burden on them. This is not what you wanted. You need to add living benefits to your plan. Living benefits provide for expenses should you face a lengthy illness or medical crisis. You and your family won't have to worry about your financial state. Call 1-800-645-0501 for a free quote on living benefit life insurance to protect you and your family. Call 1-800-645-0501 today for a free quote. Please don't wait until it's too late.
I'm always looking for great new talk shows to listen to, and I found one. It's called The Mallard Report. From the far beyond to the close to home, you'll hear it all discussed on The Mallard Report with your host, Jim Mallard. The Mallard Report is a paranormal talk show which explores the backstory, the hidden story, and the things other hosts are afraid to discuss. From the secrets of the paranormal to Paula Deen to the government spying on us all, no topic is too taboo for Jim to ignore. The Mallard Report airs live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen to The Mallard Report by going to italkparanormal.com. That's the letter I, italkparanormal.com. When you visit italkparanormal.com, you can listen to The Mallard Report 24/7. italkparanormal.com. italkparanormal.com for The Mallard Report.
Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners at Transmedia Worldwide. Thulia.com is a social jobs portal. Visit Thulia.com to find your local jobs. That's Indiegogo.com, Indiegogo.com. Search Thulia-com. They've got a great crowdfunding campaign going right now. It's THULYA.com. Okay, folks, let's talk about self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Are you stuck in a rut? Do you aspire to be something bigger, something better? Well, author Y.E. Shavola has penned 2 incredible books that will help guide you down a new path, a path that will lead towards self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Learn how to make your dreams a reality. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. Y.E. Shavola's books are available on Amazon right now. How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Get them at our website through our Amazon link at JIGGYJAGUAR.com. Find them on Amazon. Check out Y.E. Shavola's incredible books, How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Today on Amazon.
It's a Minute Report for America. The controversy over school lunches is symbolic of the sharp divide in the national outlook. Students have objected to the menu items, and waste has become widespread. The issue is not whether the program succeeds or fails. It is whether the federal government should be involved in a matter so far removed from its traditional role. Given these vast and urgent concerns facing our nation today, many believe that concentrating on matters such as school lunches should not be the business of the federal government. The difference in outlook on the role of the federal government is one of the sharpest divides in U.S. history. Populist politicians point to issues such as school lunches or health care and claim that structures developed centuries ago are not relevant. They frequently propose looser interpretations of the Constitution, ignoring it altogether or making radical changes. If the Constitution is ignored and the entire process of the American government is called into question, what replaces it? The position of one side, those that believe the Constitution should be strictly followed, is clear and has a proven record of success. But opponents of a consistent adherence to the Constitution have been less clear in what would replace what has been described as the most successful governing system ever devised. There is a legitimate concern that it opens the door to an increasingly powerful government based on responding to the will of the leadership rather than adherence to the law. I'm Frank Vernuccio. Read more at usagovpolicy.com.
Now, the Jiggy Jaguar Show on JiggyJaguar.com.
Welcome back to the big broadcast. Coast to coast, border to border on iHeartRadio, also Radio Loyalty and TuneIn. 2 to 5 Central, 3 to 6 Eastern, 12 to 3 Pacific is what we're doing. That's when we do the show. You can listen to us live on the stream at JiggyJaguar.com. And Michael Connolly from the United States Justice Foundation should be joining us imminently. If you watched us on Ustream, I just burped. But I didn't do it on the radio, because that's not good radio. I don't care about the Ustream crap. If you people watch us on Ustream, that's your fault. We're gonna go to Michael Connolly from the United States Justice Foundation in mere moments. However, let's tell you one of our great sponsors for this segment is, of course, our good friends at GoSim. With offices in the U.S. and the U.K., GoSim is the leading global provider of prepaid SIM cards and services that enable leisure and business travelers to use their cell phones abroad at prices they can afford. GoSim is a privately owned company with vast experience in telecommunications. The team at GoSim constantly use their experience to provide innovative new products and services to make it easier and cheaper to use your cell phone while traveling abroad. What is GoSim? Let's tell you about what that is. A cell phone is now a must-have travel essential for almost everyone who is traveling abroad, but as anyone who's ever used their mobile overseas knows, roaming fees can be astronomical. And depending on the carrier and the plan, people who simply keep their phones switched on but don't answer any calls may find themselves incurring exorbitant fees every time someone leaves a voicemail. Even if the cell phone user never makes a call or checks the messages, GoSim's developed a market-leading international SIM card service to allow customers to make and receive calls for a fraction of the cost of using a normal network SIM card while roaming. GoSim's international SIM card is the most cost-effective answer to keeping in touch with family, friends, and work colleagues at home whenever you travel overseas. It couldn't be easier. Simply swap out your normal SIM card, replace it with a GoSim card. For the duration of the trip, you can save up to 85% on all costs, which means you can talk for 6 times longer. Get more information at GoSim.com/question-mark JIGGYJAGUAR, or go to our website, JiggyJaguar.com, and we have a banner at the bottom of the page. You can click on that, and it will take you to GoSim. We are going to take, I guess, another quick time out here. We were supposed to speak with the great Michael Connolly from the United States Justice Foundation. He is nowhere to be found, and he has lost out today. So we will apparently pick it up on the other side. We're going to call Michael Murphy. We're back after this.
You prepared for the worst. If your death came prematurely, your life insurance benefit would protect your family. You have enough so they can stay in their home, finish college, and not be brought down by expenses. They are secure. But what happens if you become seriously ill or suffer a long-term medical event? Your income won't be there, but additional bills will pile up, life insurance will be of no help, and medical insurance doesn't provide money to ensure your family's quality of life. You and your family could lose it all at the worst possible time. Instead of providing for your family's needs as you planned, you could become a financial burden on them. This is not what you wanted. You need to add living benefits to your plan. Living benefits provide for expenses should you face a lengthy illness or medical crisis. You and your family won't have to worry about your financial state. Call 1-800-645-0501 for a free quote on living benefit life insurance to protect you and your family. Call 1-800-645-0501 today for a free quote. Please don't wait until it's too late.
I'm always looking for great new talk shows to listen to, and I found one. It's called The Mallard Report. From the far beyond to the close to home, you'll hear it all discussed on The Mallard Report with your host, Jim Mallard. The Mallard Report is a paranormal talk show which explores the backstory, the hidden story, and the things other hosts are afraid to discuss. From the secrets of the paranormal to Paula Deen to the government spying on us all, no topic is too taboo for Jim to ignore. The Mallard Report airs live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen to The Mallard Report by going to italkparanormal.com. That's the letter I, italkparanormal.com. When you visit italkparanormal.com, you can listen to The Mallard Report 24/7. italkparanormal.com. italkparanormal.com for The Mallard Report.
Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners at Transmedia Worldwide. Thulia.com is a social jobs portal. Visit Thulia.com to find your local jobs. That's Indiegogo.com, Indiegogo.com. Search Thulia-com. They've got a great crowdfunding campaign going right now. It's THULYA.com. Okay, folks, let's talk about self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Are you stuck in a rut? Do you aspire to be something bigger, something better? Well, author Y.E. Shavola has penned 2 incredible books that will help guide you down a new path. A path that will lead towards self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Learn how to make your dreams a reality. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. Y.E. Shavola's books are available on Amazon right now. How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Get them at our website through our Amazon link at JIGGYJAGUAR.com. Find them on Amazon. Check out Y.E. Shavola's incredible books, How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Today on Amazon.
This is Chris Markowski, your watchdog on Wall Street, and this is your watchdog on Wall Street Money Minute. Well, what we have is a full-fledged, can't call it anything else, refugee crisis on the border. The numbers keep getting upped. They're expecting now over 200,000 children over the next 24 months to be streaming across the border. We have no answer. Our government is picking up people and dropping them off at random municipalities and cities, so they have to deal with the problem. Again, we cannot even function. The basic government function of actually border integrity is not being handled at this point in time. We can't do the VA. We don't do the IRS well. We don't really do much of anything well at this point in time. pretty sad. Watchdog on WallStreet.com.
Now, the Jiggy Jaguar Show on JiggyJaguar.com.
Welcome back to the big broadcast, coast to coast, border to border, iHeartRadio today. Also, our good friends on TuneIn and Radio Loyalty. And you can join us each and every Monday through Friday, 2 to 5 Central, 3 to 6 Eastern, and 12 to 3 Pacific. 24/7 at JiggyJaguar.com on the TuneIn apps. We've got all sorts of different apps that you can download and listen to this show live each and every day. And this weekend, I will be doing a special broadcast from KJagRadio.com. Saturday afternoon, we're going to be on and off all day, but check us out on Facebook and Twitter for more information on those live broadcasts. Looking to start about 2:45 Central, 3:45 Eastern, 12:45 Pacific on Saturday with the band from Lawrence, Kansas called Olasa. And then we will be talking to Adam Capps about 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern. And then, of course, we will talk to also Ricky Fugit at some point, two great country artists. And then, of course, we will be out at Concerts for a Cause in the evening in Avenue A Park for our fundraiser with Interfaith Housing featuring Adam Capps and Ricky Fugit. Show starts at 7 o'clock, Avenue A Park in Hutchinson, Kansas. And we've got one of the good guys on the line, Mr. Michael Murphy, best-selling author. And, Michael, there is a lot going on in the news, my friend.
How you doing, James?
Pretty good, actually. Fantastic to talk to you again, my friend. What do you think of this Bergdahl situation? There's been all sorts of mixed views all week from some of our regulars and different guests that we've had on. But what is your take on this situation with Bo Bergdahl?
What it seems like is, in listening to the men from his platoon, is it, and I think the official investigation also revealed that he just walked off. Now, why he walked off, I don't know, but he walked off, which is AWOL at the least and desertion at the worst, I suppose. Once we get to that point, then it just becomes a matter of why did he stay gone so long and all like that. Was he held captive? Did he stay on his own? That's stuff that'll unfold, I'm sure, in time. I think the administration really kind of fumbled the ball on this one, because I really think they thought there was going to be a big deal. The president was going to Europe, and my gut is that he was going to plan a big meeting over there with him until everything blew up on this end, and that kind of got canceled, I bet. But it's just kind of a mess. The idea of trading commanders and terrorism and everything for somebody who walked off. He's a member. He's a citizen and all like that. Do we want to try to get him back? Absolutely. But do we trade those kind of people for him? I wouldn't. That's just me.
Well, see, this is the thing. I know we were earlier this week. I was talking about the fact that everybody's all over the president about they traded some of these top level Taliban guys for Bergdahl, and we essentially just helped re-up the Taliban. And all the different media sources were just jumping all over the president. But the thing that people need to understand is that this is not new. Reagan did it. Clinton did it. So, I just don't understand the anger, but I do understand your point, which is I wouldn't have traded them for some of these guys. I'd have given them some people, but I wouldn't have given them those guys.
Trades happen, but you don't. It would have been like during World War II. It'd been like giving up Rudolf Hess for and there were a lot of people over the years through World War II who deserted or went AWOL. It'd been like giving up Rudolf Hess to get some of those guys back.
Yes,
that's not what you do. You make a similar trade, and people talk about the Israelis, how they've traded 1,000 for one or two or whatever like that. Well, that's fine. That's Israel. Each country can do what they want. This is just not the sort of thing that we normally have done.
Now, we've got the best-selling author Michael Murphy with us today here on the broadcast, and it's the Friday edition. It's our Freedom Friday edition of the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar show, and the VA scandal just continues to be more of a problem. I've been seeing that our congressman here in Kansas, Tim Huelskamp, has been really all over this, trying to figure out what the heck is going on with the VA scandal. What are your thoughts on how this should be approached and how we should clean this up?
Well, my take on it is that the VA is something that really isn't really in the purview of the federal government's capabilities.
Yeah.
The federal government can't run anything. I can't name one thing that they run that they do it well, do it efficiently and do it well.
Yes.
And so, to me, I'm not saying you drop these guys off the planet. What I'm saying is you either through like a TRICARE type of thing or whatever, you give them the care that they need, but let them seek it out. I mean, there's a lot of places in these rural, where we are, of course, is quite rural, and it's quite long distances sometimes for guys to get to care and all like that. If they could just go to any doctor in any hospital, it would be a lot better for everybody all the way around.
Yes.
And then you don't have those hospitals and centers and everything like that. And any time you get a government agency, you're looking for trouble. People get lazy and they hide out. They make money for not working. I'm sorry. That's human nature. A certain percentage of them are going to do it.
I completely agree. I completely agree with you, Michael. Now, one of the final topics that I want to chat with you about is this situation in Iraq. We've had. I've seen on the front of the Drudge Report today that apparently Iran said that they might show up and do some helping. This is just the strangest damn thing. We had IQ Al-Razoli with us on Wednesday, and he said that the only reason this is happening is because we pulled our troops out of there, and Obama said when we were going to pull them out of there, and he put it all back on the president. But what are your thoughts of this? Because there is, I guess, 800,000 refugees. There is Baghdad is looking like it's going to come under the control there. Christians are on the run. There's all sorts of craziness going on over there.
Well, it's sort of the result of us meddling again.
Yeah.
We've done it historically. If you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it. And we have never meddled and made it work. That's part of the problem. And the other part of the problem is you don't fight a war and then just declare, okay, the war's over. The war's over when somebody wins and when somebody else surrenders.
Yep.
There's been no winning and there's been no surrendering. So I don't know how you know a war's over. And obviously, by what's going on over there, it's not over.
Yes, that seems to be the case. One final topic for you, Michael, here before we let you go. Another big story that is that we talked about earlier in this show is this World Cup. There is all sorts of shenanigans, I guess you would say, going on over there. From I guess the drug traffickers are making a heck of amount of money, just a huge amount of money over there. And then there's protests, and the Brazilian government is basically they have from what people have uncovered, they have essentially that they're taking the Brazilians' tax money to help fund this World Cup.
Yeah, I think I saw it was like $11 billion that they're spending on it or something like that.
This is this like just is this just a bad deal just because of where it's being held, or this never happens with the Olympics. They don't ever have any real huge protests when they have the Olympics, but it seems like they have the World Cup.
Part of it is probably from where it's being held, but part of it too is the type of government that they have, and let's face it, Brazil. There's people in Brazil that do quite well, but it's not like the United States where we have a large middle class. They have an upper and a lower class mostly, and so you got a lot of people who are, you know, sort of hurting and all like that, and then they watch the government spending $11 billion on a soccer tournament and stuff like that, and they get a little frustrated. And of course you throw the drug cartels. I mean, that's going to happen anywhere. You know, I mean, during the Olympics over there in Sochi, I mean, there was drugs, there was prostitutes, there was all that. I mean, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, you get people and money together, and things are going to happen.
Yeah, very much so. Check out Michael online, michaelmurphybooks.com. Spare Time is available, and you can check it out today at michaelmurphybooks.com. And Michael, I will be off next Friday because I am attending the Smallville Festival here in Hutchinson and helping with the concert that they're putting on. I'm going to be stage manager, so that should be fun. But we will be back with you on the 27th, so looking forward to talking to you then, sir.
Very good. Thanks a lot, James.
Appreciate it. We'll talk to you then, Michael.
Right.
Thank you. Michael Murphy with us today. MichaelMurphyBooks.com is his official website. Check it out today. Pick up Spare Time. And we have more when we come back here on the world famous Jiggy Jaguar Show.
You prepared for the worst. If your death came prematurely, your life insurance benefit would protect your family. You have enough so they can stay in their home, finish college, and not be brought down by expenses. They are secure. But what happens if you become seriously ill or suffer a long-term medical event? Your income won't be there, but additional bills will pile up. Life insurance will be of no help, and medical insurance doesn't provide money to ensure your family's quality of life. You and your family could lose it all at the worst possible time. Instead of providing for your family's needs as you planned, you could become a financial burden on them. This is not what you wanted. You need to add living benefits to your plan. Living benefits provide for expenses should you face a lengthy illness or medical crisis. You and your family won't have to worry about your financial state. Call 1-800-645-0501 for a free quote on living benefit life insurance to protect you and your family. Call 1-800-645-0501 today for a free quote. Please don't wait until it's too late.
I'm always looking for great new talk shows to listen to, and I found one. It's called The Mallard Report. From the far beyond to the close to home, you'll hear it all discussed on The Mallard Report with your host, Jim Mallard. The Mallard Report is a paranormal talk show which explores the backstory, the hidden story, and the things other hosts are afraid to discuss. From the secrets of the paranormal to Paula Deen to the government spying on us all, no topic is too taboo for Jim to ignore. The Mallard Report airs live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen to The Mallard Report by going to italkparanormal.com. That's the letter I, italkparanormal.com. When you visit italkparanormal.com, you can listen to The Mallard Report 24/7. italkparanormal.com. italkparanormal.com for The Mallard Report.
Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners at Transmedia Worldwide. Thulia.com is a social jobs portal. Visit Thulia.com to find your local jobs. That's Indiegogo.com, Indiegogo.com. Search Thulia-com. They've got a great crowdfunding campaign going right now. It's THULYA.com. Okay, folks, let's talk about self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Are you stuck in a rut? Do you aspire to be something bigger, something better? Well, author Y.E. Shavola has penned 2 incredible books that will help guide you down a new path. A path that will lead towards self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Learn how to make your dreams a reality. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. Y.E. Shavola's books are available on Amazon right now. How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Get them at our website through our Amazon link at JIGGYJAGUAR.com. Find them on Amazon. Check out Y.E. Shavola's incredible books, How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Today on Amazon.
It's a Minute Report for America. The controversy over school lunches is symbolic of the sharp divide in the national outlook. Students have objected to the menu items, and waste has become widespread. The issue is not whether the program succeeds or fails. It is whether the federal government should be involved in a matter so far removed from its traditional role. Given these vast and urgent concerns facing our nation today, many believe that concentrating on matters such as school lunches should not be the business of the federal government. The difference in outlook on the role of the federal government is one of the sharpest divides in U.S. history. Populist politicians point to issues such as school lunches or health care and claim that structures developed centuries ago are not relevant. They frequently propose looser interpretations of the Constitution, ignoring it altogether or making radical changes. If the Constitution is ignored and the entire process of the American government is called into question, what replaces it? The position of one side, those that believe the Constitution should be strictly followed, is clear and has a proven record of success. But opponents of a consistent adherence to the Constitution have been less clear in what would replace what has been described as the most successful governing system ever devised. There is a legitimate concern that it opens the door to an increasingly powerful government based on responding to the will of the leadership rather than adherence to the law. I'm Frank Bernuccio. Read more at usagovpolicy.com.
Jiggy Jaguar, the 2008 Community Access Television Rookie of the Year, and the Jiggy Jaguar Radio Show on the network and JiggyJaguar.com.
Thought we lost our internet there for a few moments. I love it, though. It is the world famous Jiggy Jaguar show. Technology is great, especially when it works. Robert Shane's with us today. Robert, welcome to the program. How are you, sir? Thanks for being with us here on a Friday.
I'm great. It's a very rainy afternoon up here where I am in New Hampshire.
Yes, it is. It was rainy this last couple days here in the great state of Kansas. So I feel for you, my friend. Let's talk about some of the different issues going on. We had Michael Murphy on in our last segment, and we were talking about this Iraq situation with him. From a historical perspective, why do you think that we're having to do this again?
Well, I hope we won't have to do it again, but unfortunately the landing of troops from the United States, Great Britain, and some other countries just wasn't able to solve the tribal conflicts and the religious conflicts that exist. And as a practical matter, I see where a lot of the Iraqis are either escaping to the Kurdish section, which seems to be not involved in the present conflict, and trying to elude the ISIS groups, forces that appear to be bent on taking over the country. I don't know that intervention by Western powers are going to solve the inherent conflicts that exist in Iraq and Syria, for example. It's interesting to note that Iran has sent some what they regard as special forces to Baghdad to help secure that city, and it would be very unique if the United States and Iran were on the same side of a battle there. I have no idea what the administration is going to do, but I hope they won't send in any ground forces, whether they start shooting off missiles or use unmanned aircraft or whatever to assist the government there. That's a decision that's going to be made shortly, I guess.
Robert Shane's with us today here on the broadcast, coast to coast and border to border, 52 minutes after the hour, getting ready to go into hour number 3 of this broadcast. Stuart Venner with us at the top of the hour, also Mark Davis in the next hour, and we're going to be talking about CIA once again doing all sorts of drone things in Pakistan, and then we'll talk with Michael Connolly from the United States Justice Foundation in the final hour of, or in the final segment of the final hour of this broadcast for this week. Now, the situation with the VA scandal. What do you think about that, my friend? That's it's a hot button issue.
I don't know what to think of it. I wish I had more knowledge to be able to comment intelligently.
Yeah. Well, it's a strange deal because it's like we have all these returning veterans, we have some of these veterans that are here, and we're just not providing them medical care, and it's like these guys sign up to go overseas, and then they get back and they're expected to be taken care of, and then they're not.
You know, I understand that, and you know, but it's not a pervasive thing. The VA hospital in Manchester, New Hampshire, and the VA hospital in White River Junction, Vermont, which is just on the Vermont-New Hampshire border, doesn't seem to have the same problem. The average wait is either 30 days or less in both of those hospitals, and they don't seem to be involved in that same scandal. And, you know, I wonder if it's a question of individual administrators at individual hospitals creating what has become a national disgrace. I'm pleased to say that at least in New Hampshire and Vermont, that situation doesn't exist.
That's actually a different way to look at this. It might just be individual places that are screwing around. It's not the it's not the overall VA. That is an interesting take there, Robert. Thanks for bringing that up because you're right. It could be just individual places that are causing the problem, and then everybody gets the blanket statement.
Yeah, in other words, it's made into a national issue, and well, it should be, I suppose, if it's pervasive. But when you have hospitals, VA hospitals that are doing their job, they don't seem to get any national attention.
It is Robert Shane's with us today. Robert, before we let you go, how do we connect with you online and pick up the latest book?
Well, you can look at my website, which is www.rshaines.com. That'll tell you all about my books and all about me.
Well, good stuff. Well, Robert, looking forward to it. I will talk to you not next week because I will not be here. We'll be running a best of program, but I will see you on the 27th, my friend. So looking forward to talking to you then. Have yourself a wonderful week, sir.
Likewise. Thanks, Jay.
Appreciate it. Talk to you then.
Bye.
Robert Shane's. We're going to take a time out. We've got more when we get back. It is hour number 3. We'll talk to Stuart Venner at the top of the hour.
You prepared for the worst. If your death came prematurely, your life insurance benefit would protect your family. You have enough so they can stay in their home, finish college, and not be brought down by expenses. They are secure. But what happens if you become seriously ill or suffer a long-term medical event? Your income won't be there, but additional bills will pile up. Life insurance will be of no help, and medical insurance doesn't provide money to ensure your family's quality of life. You and your family could lose it all at the worst possible time. Instead of providing for your family's needs as you planned, you could become a financial burden on them. This is not what you wanted. You need to add living benefits to your plan. Living benefits provide for expenses should you face a lengthy illness or medical crisis. You and your family won't have to worry about your financial state. Call 1-800-645-0501 for a free quote on living benefit life insurance to protect you and your family. Call 1-800-645-0501 today for a free quote. Please don't wait until it's too late.
I'm always looking for great new talk shows to listen to, and I found one. It's called The Mallard Report. From the far beyond to the close to home, you'll hear it all discussed on The Mallard Report with your host, Jim Mallard. The Mallard Report is a paranormal talk show which explores the backstory, the hidden story, and the things other hosts are afraid to discuss. From the secrets of the paranormal to Paula Deen to the government spying on us all, no topic is too taboo for Jim to ignore. The Mallard Report airs live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen to The Mallard Report by going to italkparanormal.com. That's the letter I, italkparanormal.com. When you visit italkparanormal.com, you can listen to The Mallard Report 24/7. italkparanormal.com. italkparanormal.com for The Mallard Report.
Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners at Transmedia Worldwide. Thulia.com is a social jobs portal. Visit Thulia.com to find your local jobs. That's Indiegogo.com, Indiegogo.com. Search Thulia-com. They've got a great crowdfunding campaign going right now. It's THULYA.com. Okay, folks, let's talk about self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Are you stuck in a rut? Do you aspire to be something bigger, something better? Well, author Y.E. Shavola has penned 2 incredible books that will help guide you down a new path. A path that will lead towards self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Learn how to make your dreams a reality. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. Y.E. Shavola's books are available on Amazon right now. How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Get them at our website through our Amazon link at JIGGYJAGUAR.com. Find them on Amazon. Check out Y.E. Shavola's incredible books, How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Today on Amazon.
It's a Minute Report for America. Iran has dismissed any potential of living up to the promises it made regarding its nuclear weapons program. Russia has stolen territory from Ukraine, moved tactical missiles to its European border, and established military ties with Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua. China openly threatens its neighbors, steals offshore assets from the Philippines, and attacks ships at sea. Both Moscow and Beijing continue to dramatically build their militaries to levels far higher than what they possessed during the Cold War. Al-Qaeda has expanded its influence in the Middle East, and North Korea has developed the capacity to launch a nuclear-armed missile at the U.S. In reply, the President has called for a less military-centric U.S. foreign policy and continues to cut military funding. It is neither overtly political nor needlessly confrontational to ask Mr. Obama what he seeks to accomplish with his foreign policy, other than a less influential America, and why, despite the manifest failures of his actions, you remember the Russian reset, his support for the Arab Spring, his pivot to Asia that failed because the Navy lacked sufficient ships, and so on, he continues to refuse to change course. Mr. Obama and his supporters continue to allege that those very legitimate questions are mere political bickering, but they are not. I'm Frank Vernuccio. Read more at usagovpolicy.com.
Now, the Jiggy Jaguar Show on JiggyJaguar.com.
Wow. It is hour number 3 of the big broadcast. 6 minutes after the top of the hour. We are live 2 to 5 Central, 3 to 6 Eastern, 12 to 3 Pacific each and every day, Monday through Friday, 24/7 at JiggyJaguar.com. On the TuneIn apps, Radio Loyalty, iHeartRadio, and pretty much everywhere else. You can get a hold of us at JiggyJaguar.com. And remember, this weekend on KJagRadio.com, I will be doing a special live remote broadcast. We're going to be doing a special in studio with the band Olasa from Lawrence, Kansas. They will be in studio on Saturday playing some acoustic tunes and talking to us about the band before they go down and play the Hutchinson Theater Guild fundraiser in the evening. And then we are going to be going live on location at 4:45 Central, actually probably 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern, at the Double Barrel Grill here in Hutchinson, Kansas. We will be talking to Adam Capps and also Ricky Fugit, who both men will then later on in the evening be playing at Concerts for a Cause downtown to benefit interfaith housing. And then that evening, after the show's over with, the after party is going to be at the Rusty Needle, featuring an acoustic from Ricky Fugit. And that's it. That's enough. Stuart Venner with us today here on the program. Stuart, what's going on, sir? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, James. How are you, my friend?
Pretty good, actually. Before we get in,
though, for getting on iHeartRadio, that's wonderful.
yes, and I wanted to get in here with you on this award that AM/FM 24/7 just recently won. Tell me about this thing. The team over there is phenomenal. You've got a fantastic group of people helping you out, my friend.
Yes, we really do. We actually got an award above the 12 best internet radio stations in the country, so I'm pretty happy about that.
That is awesome. Now, when were you guys notified about all this? This is really cool.
Just this week.
Oh, really?
Just the week. Yeah, so that was very exciting news.
Now, your AMFM247.com is the website, and we're talking about awardradiostations.com. They recently did their 2014 top internet radio stations, and the part of the group, of course, was AM/FM 24/7 Broadcasting Network, and you guys just keep adding shows and doing all sorts of different things over there. Give me some updates on some of the different things going on over there.
Well, we've got a lot of great shows. We have a young lady that I'm really kind of proud of. She's just a kid. She gets the most amazing interviews I've ever heard. Paulina Asta.
Yes!
And she can't believe, I don't know how she gets these interviews, but she talks to everybody. I mean, at everybody. It's amazing.
Now,
and on my own show, I've been having a little fun. I had probably the wackiest interview I've ever had, but I had a woman who speaks to horses.
That's awesome. How did you come across her?
I don't know where we found her. I think she found us. It was a real fun interview.
Well, that's really cool. Now, Stuart, let's talk about some of the different things going on in the world around us. One being this Bergdahl situation. Talk to me about this. What do you think about the Bo Bergdahl and the troop trade and all that?
Well, in my opinion, we certainly are not a lot less safer. And we've let 5 terrorists loose and brought a new terrorist back to our country, from what it appears. This doesn't seem like a good kid.
Yeah. Not a good idea, I think.
It. And what's interesting is, he's really teed off his own people, Obama has. Even Dianne Feinstein, who I'm not crazy about, but she is furious about this, and rightfully so.
It is
interesting.
It is pretty damn interesting. Now let's get into some of the housing market news and some of the home mortgage news. Recently, the Columbus Dispatch posted a story about home mortgage rates of post increases over the last week. Why is this? It seems to be happening. Freddie Mac said a few days ago the average rate for a 30-year loan increased to 4.2% from a 4.1% of just last week.
I don't think that means much. I mean, 4.2, 4.1, but the whole picture is we're in a bad economy and we're in a dangerous economy. I mean, the stock market loves it when we keep printing money, and at some point that has to stop. You just can't keep doing this forever.
Yeah.
And then you'll see interest rates go up a little bit. You'll see stock market level off, and maybe we'll get back on the right track. But as long as we keep doing this, I just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Stuart Wiener joining us here, top of the hour here on the program, 11 minutes after the hour, and a couple more stories with you, my friend. One being the Wall Street Journal recently posted some news that Britain warns that a boom in real estate prices will threaten their economy. The UK's two financial chief policymakers warned Thursday that strident tones that the British fervor for real estate had swelled into a threat for the wider economy, and the government moved to enact new powers to curb mortgage lending amid a gathering boom. Are they basically having the same kind of mortgage problems and housing problems that we're having over here, or is it less severe or more severe over there?
It's a worldwide economy that we're in today. It's not like we're isolated. And whatever happens anywhere really affects the whole world. And they've got the same problems pretty much that we have. And I think the smartest thing they did was keep their pound and not go on the euro.
That too.
I think it's the real smart thing to do.
Yes, very much so. Now, another situation that is really sort of troubling is this. This comes from the International Business Times. More empty homes than buyers in China as the housing market corrects itself. More Chinese homeowners have opted to leave houses empty rather than sell, a symptom of a cooling housing market than once. It helped China's impressive growth. China's home vacancy rate was 22.4% last year, up from 20.6% in 2011. There are tons of people in that country. What is the explanation on this?
You know, I am not an expert on Chinese real estate.
Yeah.
But I know they do some pretty wacky things over there, James. I don't know if you look around on the internet. They build big luxurious houses on top of apartment buildings. They bootleg construction. They do some of the craziest things you ever saw. You need to Google it. And you can't believe the things that they do. Nowhere in your mind would you ever imagine doing something like this. But it's very strange. They just kind of like build wherever they want to.
This is the thing. I just don't understand some of the different things. I've seen some pictures of various apartment complexes that were built, but they were just built out in the middle of nowhere, and there's nothing around them. And
and yeah, there's one you got to find it. It's a big, like 20-story or more apartment building, and on top of the building, they got a big mansion with a garden and plants. It's the craziest looking thing you ever saw.
Oh,
any logic?
They don't do that over here, thank God, with the with some of the housing. If someone were to attempt that, what do you think would happen?
You couldn't ever do anything like that. I mean, even Obama wouldn't allow that.
Well, Stuart, before we let you...
to stick a little garden on top of a building.
Well, that too. They built bars on top of buildings, but I don't think they're going to put gardens or anything up there. Stuart, before we let you go, what do you have coming up this weekend on the radio program?
Oh, you know, I got some pretty good guests. I told you about the horse whisperer.
Yep.
He was pretty good.
Yep.
And I had a man who was the ad agent on Madison Avenue, and he did the Noxema commercial, one with a real sexy girl saying, "Take it off, take it all off." That was kind of a fun interview. Shaving cream.
Well,
good.
Looking forward to that this weekend on AMFM247.com. And Stuart, we will talk to you on the 27th, my friend, and looking forward to it.
I am too, and don't forget to tell all your listeners out there that they go to iHeartRadio and just type in Jiggy Jaguar, and they can get your show on demand.
It's an amazing thing, and it's already ticking off all of the local radio people, so I congratulate myself on that, and I thank you for you and your team for helping me out over there. And Stuart, we'll talk to you here in a couple weeks, my friend.
Thank you, Jay.
Appreciate it. We'll talk then.
Bye.
Stuart Venner with us today. Fantastic stuff. You can get more information at amfm247.com. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, we've got Mr. Mark Davis on the way. We're back after this. Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners at Transmedia Worldwide. Thulia.com is a social jobs portal. Visit Thulia.com to find your local jobs. That's Indiegogo.com, Indiegogo.com. Search Thulia-com. They've got a great crowdfunding campaign going right now. It's THULYA.com. Okay, folks, let's talk about self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Are you stuck in a rut? Do you aspire to be something bigger, something better? Well, author Y.E. Shavola has penned 2 incredible books that will help guide you down a new path. A path that will lead towards self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Learn how to make your dreams a reality. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. Y.E. Shavola's books are available on Amazon right now. How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Get them at our website through our Amazon link at JIGGYJAGUAR.com. Find them on Amazon. Check out Y.E. Shavola's incredible books, How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Today on Amazon.
You prepared for the worst. If your death came prematurely, your life insurance benefit would protect your family. You have enough so they can stay in their home, finish college, and not be brought down by expenses. They are secure. But what happens if you become seriously ill or suffer a long-term medical event? Your income won't be there, but additional bills will pile up. Life insurance will be of no help, and medical insurance doesn't provide money to ensure your family's quality of life. You and your family could lose it all at the worst possible time. Instead of providing for your family's needs as you planned, you could become a financial burden on them. This is not what you wanted. You need to add living benefits to your plan. Living benefits provide for expenses should you face a lengthy illness or medical crisis. You and your family won't have to worry about your financial state. Call 1-800-645-0501 for a free quote on living benefit life insurance to protect you and your family. Call 1-800-645-0501 today for a free quote. Please don't wait until it's too late.
I'm always looking for great new talk shows to listen to, and I found one. It's called The Mallard Report. From the far beyond to the close to home, you'll hear it all discussed on The Mallard Report with your host, Jim Mallard. The Mallard Report is a paranormal talk show which explores the backstory, the hidden story, and the things other hosts are afraid to discuss. From the secrets of the paranormal to Paula Deen to the government spying on us all, no topic is too taboo for Jim to ignore. The Mallard Report airs live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen to The Mallard Report by going to italkparanormal.com. That's the letter I, italkparanormal.com. When you visit italkparanormal.com, you can listen to The Mallard Report 24/7. italkparanormal.com. italkparanormal.com for The Mallard Report.
It's a minute report for America. Iran has dismissed any potential of living up to the promises it made regarding its nuclear weapons program. Russia has stolen territory from Ukraine, moved tactical missiles to its European border, and established military ties with Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua. China openly threatens its neighbors, steals offshore assets from the Philippines, and attacks ships at sea. Both Moscow and Beijing continue to dramatically build their militaries to levels far higher than what they possessed during the Cold War. Al-Qaeda has expanded its influence in the Middle East, and North Korea has developed the capacity to launch a nuclear-armed missile at the U.S. In reply, the President has called for a less military-centric U.S. foreign policy and continues to cut military funding. It is neither overtly political nor needlessly confrontational to ask Mr. Obama what he seeks to accomplish with his foreign policy, other than a less influential America, and why, despite the manifest failures of his actions, you remember the Russian reset, his support for the Arab Spring, his pivot to Asia that failed because the Navy lacked sufficient ships, and so on, he continues to refuse to change course. Mr. Obama and his supporters continue to allege that those very legitimate questions are mere political bickering, but they are not. I'm Frank Vernuccio. Read more at usagulfpolicy.com.
Welcome to this week's Build, Grow, and Enjoy here on BuildGrowAndEnjoy.com. We've got Jason Berkey with us today. And the topic today is a long way off. And first of all, Jason, give us a little bit on your background, my friend, and then we'll talk about the topic.
Sure, yeah. I started acting, well, I grew up acting, doing theater and all that, was always interested in it, and didn't start pursuing it as a career until about 6 years ago, and just got to work on a handful of various independent films. I was in a film called October Baby that was in theaters 2 years ago, and then just had a part in Mom's Night Out, which is still in theaters now. And so, yeah, things have been good. It's been a wild ride, for sure.
We've got Jason Berkey with us today. He joins us here on the program. If somebody would like to get in touch with you or find you on social media, how do they do that exactly?
Yeah, so my website is jasonberkey.net. Also on Instagram, my name is jburks, Jburks. And on Twitter, it's JG Berkey. So you can find me on all those.
Jason Berkey with us today here on the program, Coast to Coast and Boulder to Boulder. A long way off. Tell us about this film. This is a fantastic, fantastic piece of business.
Yeah, so A Long Way Off is a modern-day retelling of the prodigal son parable that's found in the Bible. And so I play Jake Abraham, who is the prodigal son. He thinks that there are better things out there for him in his life, and so he leaves his family farm, he takes his inheritance, and goes to the big city and decides to do some financial investing. And he falls into the wrong crowd and becomes a victim of circumstance and ends up losing everything and kind of hitting rock bottom, and he kind of becomes face to face with that idea of you don't know what you have till it's all taken away from you. So yeah, it's a bit of a tough journey for him.
Jason Berkey with us today. A Long Way Off. It's a new faith-based film. It's a number 6 top-grossing Christian film of 2014. It expands to theaters for Father's Day weekend. This is an amazing, amazing film. Tell us about the success here, about being the number 6 top-grossing movie of 2014 in the Christian genre.
Yeah, I just found out about that, actually. Yeah, it's. I mean, I think we're all honored to be at that spot and to see how well it's been received so far. And you know, the people I've talked to at these various premieres we've had recently have just really connected with the film and have really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's cool to kind of be a part of that kind of uprising, I guess, of faith-based films recently, and there's definitely an audience for them.
We've got Jason Berkey joining us today. Faith-based film, A Long Way Off, is the topic. This is a really, really cool film. How did you get involved with this?
Well, it was kind of random, actually. I had gotten a call out of the blue from one of the agents that are here in Atlanta, and she's also the mom of Zoe Myers, who plays Summer in the film. And Zoe had seen my work in October Baby and had done work with the producers of this film before, and so they were looking for a Jake, and so they kind of called me out of the blue for it. I'd never met Zoe or her mother, and so they just called and said, hey, they're looking for a Jake. And so then from there I talked to the director, John Harrington, and Michael Davis, the producer, and it kind of went from there. But really it was a surprise.
It's Jason Berkey. He joins us today talking about A Long Way Off. Red carpet meet and greets are being hosted across the U.S. 30 minutes before showtime in markets including Raleigh and Vero Beach, Florida, featuring actors Rusty Martin, Jason Berkey, our guest today, and among many of the other folks in the film, musicians Crystal Wells and Craig Brandwine are involved as well. Tell me about these meet and greets. These sound like a cool little idea.
Yes, so we had one recently in Atlanta area, and I'll be in Vero Beach, Florida tomorrow for a little premiere there. And yeah, it's just a little red carpet type thing. We take photos with everyone that comes, and sign autographs and all that good bit. And then we'll watch the film, and then afterwards we'll have a little Q&A session. So it's really a lot of fun.
It is a fantastic guest with us today. Jason Berkey joins us here on the program talking about A Long Way Off. And it's basically a small-town farmer's son falls victim to the big city temptation in this faith-based feature film, A Long Way Off, a spirited modern retelling of the Bible's The Prodigal Son. It was filmed in Raleigh, North Carolina. Tell us about the filming process and everything surrounding that.
Sure. So we filmed for about a month. This was back in, that was December 2012, I think, that we filmed it. And Raleigh was great. I'd never been there before, so that made for a perfect location for us. And this is just really a cast and crew that really gelled, and I think everyone enjoyed working together. You don't always have that when you work on projects, but we did here, and everyone was very professional and had worked on a lot of bigger budget films before, and so they really brought that professionalism to this set, and it was just a ton of fun. I really loved the collaboration that was involved in this film.
It's a fantastic guest with us today. Jason Berkey joins us here on the program. A Long Way Off is the new film, and this new feature film follows a banner year of 3 other faith-based films released this year, each breaking $50 million at the box office, including God's Not Dead, Son of God, and Heaven is for Real. This is fantastic that these films are doing so well. What do you attribute that to?
I think Hollywood has seen that there is an audience for these faith-based films. Also, I believe the people that are the filmmakers that are making these have really kind of stepped up their game as far as production value and all that. I think in the past, Christian themed movies have just suffered from poor quality, and so I think there's just there's a lot of stories to be told. I mean, there's a lot of original storytelling to be told, stories that can be taken directly from the Bible. I mean, you can make countless number of films based off of Bible stories alone. I think people are just taking to it. I guess it's a market that's been around, but a part of the market that I don't think Hollywood has really realized the profit of it until recently.
It's Jason Berkey who joins us today here on the program. We're going to take a quick time out here. When we come back, we've got more here on Build, Grow, and Enjoy.
Brakes measure up. This is ASE Auto Professional Pam Oaks letting you know that you can tell if your vehicle needs brake pads by just asking how. As in, how much brake material is remaining? And show me how much brake material is left. All you need to know is this number, 3/30 seconds. This is the measurement where most brake pad material needs to be replaced. No other form of measurement is acceptable. I had a caller who was told her front brake pads needed to be replaced. The tech told her that there was 10% remaining. Another shop told her 25%. So what's a percent when it comes to your brakes? It's all about perception. My 10% is most likely different from your 10%. And techniques like these is how a consumer gets taken for a ride. Want to learn more about your vehicle? Visit me at carcarefortheclueless.com, making you a savvy car consumer.
Welcome to the Racing to Success Minute with Jiggy Jaguar. Be honest all the time. We all know that business is not always easy, but when you are starting to do some lies and you are not honest with your employees or your spouse or your clients, that's where everything starts to go down the hill. So be honest all the time. Be sure you are setting up with your client the expectation, what they are looking for, what you are looking for, and be sure that you are respecting your words, your contracts, and your agreements. Please don't be part of those who are not walking their talk. This is Nadine at nadineracing.com/free. If you want some free coaching online, just sign up for our newsletter.
This is Chris Markowski, your watchdog on Wall Street, and this is your watchdog on Wall Street Money Minute. Well, tell me something I don't know already. Got all sorts of problems with Obamacare. And the reality is that they're predicting, and this is from Americans for Tax Reform, predicting that the 2015 tax filing basically season is going to be the most heinous, the most complicated, the most problematic of all time. I'm here to tell you that the upcoming tax filing season has the potential to be one of the most chaotic in years. Ryan Ellis, from the Tax Policy Director at the Americans for Tax Reform. Yeah, tax credits to the purchase of plans, credit assistance, all sorts of stuff that's going to need to be evaluated. Round and round it goes. Whoever gets audited, nobody knows. You know, let's hope that the IRS just throws their hands in the air. WatchDogOnWallStreet.com.
Welcome back to the program, coast to coast and border to border. It's Build, Grow, and Enjoy. We've got Jason Berkey with us today. He has a fantastic film that he's a part of, A Long Way Off, and we wanted to talk with him today about this great film. Jason, welcome back to the program. A Long Way Off. It's a fantastic film. The award-winning A Long Way Off won Best Picture in the International Christian Film Festival fairly recently, Best of Show at the 2013 Sedona Faith and Family Film Festival, a Davie Award, and was an official selection of the Life Fest Film Festival. Tell us about all these accolades, my friend. It's a heck of a deal.
Yeah, it really is. Again, I think that was, finding out all those awards that we won. It's like, okay, wow, we kind of seeing the fruits of our labor, which is cool. The International Christian Film Festival, I think, was the biggest one, winning first place there. because I mean, who knows how many films are submitted to that festival from around the world. So that was really a cool thing to see, and hopefully we'll be seeing some more of those.
We've got Jason Berkey with us today here on the big program, Coast to Coast and Boulder to Boulder, talking about a great film, A Long Way Off. And in A Long Way Off, with music by Dove-winning recording artist Crystal Wells, it features just an amazing cast of characters. Tell me about this story. Why were you attracted to this film?
Well, I think this story is one that I think from no matter what background you come from, you've at least heard of or are familiar with the parable of the prodigal son. And I think what drew me to the story was I was really interested in the character himself. I thought as an actor this would be a good challenge because Jake goes on this long journey. You know, there's a big arc for him, leaving his home and everything he knows, and then getting involved in everything he gets involved in the city, and then in the end coming back and returning to his roots. There's just there's kind of this inner turmoil where he's caught between his love and devotion to his family and also his desire to kind of see the world and pit himself up against the world and see what he's capable of. So yeah, it was a challenging character to play, but also a rewarding one.
Jason Berkey with us today here on the program, Coast to Coast to Border. It's Build, Grow, and Enjoy. And we're enjoying interviewing the great Jason Berkey today. A Long Way Off is a great film. It's available everywhere. It's going to be released, big deal, Father's Day weekend. And this is such a cool film. The website, A Long Way Off the Movie.com. Also find them on Facebook, A Long Way Off. Now let's talk about you, my friend. You've done some amazing stuff in the in the world of acting and everything. Tell me how you got started doing the acting thing.
Yeah, so as mentioned earlier, I grew up doing theater, and then did that all through college, and was, I think, just too afraid to pursue it as an actual career until I moved to Nashville in 2008, and I had actually, one of the things that pushed me into making that decision was I came across an email from a college professor of mine who had written me after she had seen a show that I did in college, and it was just encouraging me to pursue acting, that I had this talent for it, and that she really wanted to see me pursue it and succeed in it. And so, so it just kind of got my start there, and just kind of built things from there, and kept the momentum going, and was fortunate enough to be involved in some films that got some notoriety, and yeah, so every day is a different adventure, but I definitely enjoy the ride.
Now, what was some of the different things that you encountered early on in your career as an actor? Some of the more difficult things.
I think it's always a struggle starting off because you're trying to work on anything and everything. So it's tough to kind of get the ball rolling and to get your name out there. So that's definitely a struggle. I think a little bit too, starting off with deciding what projects that I wanted to be involved in. There's some auditions I would get that maybe there would be some questionable content in that project that you have to ask yourself, okay, is this worth it? I know I need work, but is it worth doing something that I might not be proud of later? So that those were some difficult decisions to make early on. I think at this point now, it's not as difficult to make those decisions. I think at this point, I'm just wanting to do work that I'm happy with, and that I'm happy with showing other people.
It's Jason Berkey. He joins us today here on Build, Grow, and Enjoy. He is doing some amazing things in the acting world. He's got this great film, A Long Way Off. Tell us about some of the other films that you've been involved with.
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier October Baby that was in theaters in March 2012, and that was number 8 in the box office opening weekend, and one of the it was just got a lot of word out there about the film, and after it came out, especially after it came out on DVD, I'm still getting messages from people in various countries who've seen the film. So that was cool to see the impact that had. And then Mom's Night Out was a comedy that was done by the same guys, the Irwin brothers. That was in theaters. It's in theaters now, but that opened a few weeks ago. And coming up, I have a film called Coffee Shop I just did. That's this romantic comedy with John Lovett and Kevin Sorbo and Laura Vandervoort. And that will be airing on the Up television network in October, I believe. So, yeah, there's a few projects that are still coming out, and trying to stay busy.
We're going to do this. We're going to take another time out with Jason. When we come back, we've got more here on Build, Grow, and Enjoy.
Welcome to the Racing to Success Minute with Nadine Lajoie. Do you feel stuck in your business or even in your life? You need to heal your trauma. What I mean by that is that is so important, either physically, emotionally, professionally, whatever trauma that you had in life, you need to resolve them to be able to move forward. I see so many times that people are still getting on their shoulder the bad experience and all the bad things happen in their life, and they react differently because of those experiences. Until you really heal yourself professionally, emotionally, and spiritually, that would be really hard to achieve success. This is Nadine at NadineRacing.com.
This is your radio philosopher, Eric Papp, bringing you your thought of the day. Freedom. It's that time of the year that's a great reminder of our freedom and for all those that sacrificed for us. On June 6, 1944, more than 160,000 Allied troops landed amongst the beach on Normandy, and they fought for our freedom. More than 5,000 ships and 13,000 aircraft to support our freedom and to fight the Nazis. By the end of the day, 9,000 Allied soldiers were killed or wounded. And it's a great reminder to us all of Ronald Reagan's quote, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on to them to do the same." To recommend a thought of the day, you can email me, eric@ericpapp.com. Thanks, and remember, be responsible, stay powerful.
You prepared for the worst. If your death came prematurely, your life insurance benefit would protect your family. You have enough so they can stay in their home, finish college, and not be brought down by expenses. They are secure. But what happens if you become seriously ill or suffer a long-term medical event? Your income won't be there, but additional bills will pile up. Life insurance will be of no help, and medical insurance doesn't provide money to ensure your family's quality of life. You and your family could lose it all at the worst possible time. Instead of providing for your family's needs as you planned, you could become a financial burden on them. This is not what you wanted. You need to add living benefits to your plan. Living benefits provide for expenses should you face a lengthy illness or medical crisis. You and your family won't have to worry about your financial state. Call 1-800-645-0501 for a free quote on living benefit life insurance to protect you and your family. Call 1-800-645-0501 today for a free quote. Please don't wait until it's too late.
I'm always looking for great new talk shows to listen to, and I found one. It's called The Mallard Report. From the far beyond to the close to home, you'll hear it all discussed on The Mallard Report with your host, Jim Mallard. The Mallard Report is a paranormal talk show which explores the backstory, the hidden story, and the things other hosts are afraid to discuss. From the secrets of the paranormal to Paula Deen to the government spying on us all, no topic is too taboo for Jim to ignore. The Mallard Report airs live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen to The Mallard Report by going to italkparanormal.com. That's the letter I, italkparanormal.com. When you visit italkparanormal.com, you can listen to The Mallard Report 24/7. italkparanormal.com. italkparanormal.com for The Mallard Report.
Let's talk about one of our great marketing partners at Transmedia Worldwide. Thulia.com is a social jobs portal. Visit Thulia.com to find your local jobs. That's Indiegogo.com, Indiegogo.com. Search Thulia-com. They've got a great crowdfunding campaign going right now. It's THULYA.com.
Okay, folks, let's talk about self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Are you stuck in a rut? Do you aspire to be something bigger, something better? Well, author Y.E. Shavola has penned 2 incredible books that will help guide you down a new path. A path that will lead towards self-development, wealth creation, renewal, and rejuvenation. Learn how to make your dreams a reality. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones. Y.E. Shavola's books are available on Amazon right now. How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Get them at our website through our Amazon link at JIGGYJAGUAR.com. Find them on Amazon. Check out Y.E. Shavola's incredible books, How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Self-Development, and How to Occupy Till Jesus Comes, Wealth Creation. Today on Amazon.
Back to the Jiggy Jaguar Show on the network.
Welcome back to the big broadcast, iHeartRadio. If you just go to iHeartRadio.com and type in JIGGYJAGUAR, you'll find us over there. We're also on TuneIn 24/7 at JiggyJaguar.com on Radio Loyalty as well. And our podcast is available each and every day as soon as we go off the air at 5 p.m. Eastern, 6 Eastern, 5 Central. I hate time zones. That's all I've got to say. We've got my good, close, personal, longtime friend, Mr. Michael Connolly from the United States Justice Foundation on the line. And, Michael, it's a fabulous Friday, and we've got a lot of different things to talk about. First of all, what is your thoughts and feelings about this VA scandal? This is something that has kind of been getting shoved to the back burner because of this Iraq situation that everybody's all gaga about. But the VA scandal is just such an incredible story, at least in my opinion, because we have these soldiers that go over and they go over to other countries. They do all sorts of fighting for us, and then they come back and they're expected to be taken care of, and they're just basically shoved to the wolves. What's your take on this?
Well, we with the U.S. Justice Foundation, we've been working on this for about 18 months, and we've uncovered a lot of what the media is now starting to talk about. And we've uncovered the fact that veterans are having their Second Amendment rights being taken away from them, their Fifth Amendment rights. They're not getting treatment. They're having fiduciaries appointed to represent them and handle their financial affairs. These fiduciaries are getting paid and then turning around and still stealing the veterans' money. We have veterans that will not go to the VA because they know they're going to be asked if they own firearms. They ask how they feel about the government. Now we find out that veterans are being told to strip down so their bodies can be inspected to find out if they have any radical tattoos. It's just one thing after another, and we've got 40 veterans we know of that died in Phoenix because they couldn't get on the schedule to be treated because they were being shoved aside and their files conveniently lost.
Yeah.
And these were the people that were doing this are the highest paid federal employees in the country, it turns out. So we're working on this. We've got one lawsuit we've already won against the VA. We're preparing a second lawsuit. And if any veterans out there are listening to this, we're not charging veterans or their families anything for this. If you need to talk to us, contact me at michael@usjfmail.net or go to usjf.net website and let us know what's going on, and we'll see if we can't help.
We've got a fantastic guest with us today. Michael Connolly joins us 51 minutes after the hour, and United States Justice Foundation. He checks in with us each and every Friday, Freedom Friday, to discuss some of the issues going on. The VA scandal is one. The other that I want to get your thoughts on is this Bo Bergdahl situation. There's a lot of mixed emotions on this. A lot of people said that we shouldn't have given back the people that we did to get him back. There was people that said that it's not that big of a deal because we've been doing it for Reagan did it, Bush did it, Clinton did it. What is your thoughts on this, and what are some of the different issues that the United States Justice Foundation is sort of championing in this area?
Well, to begin with, it's been a long-standing policy that the United States does not negotiate with terrorists.
Yep.
Obama has unilaterally changed that policy, and he has, by doing so, put at risk our military and civilian population around the world. Because the Taliban came out and said, hey, this worked, we're going to do it again. We're going to go try to capture more American soldiers and hold them hostage and trade them for top Taliban leaders. Bergdahl himself, there's no question now at all, based on the communications he had before he deserted and after he deserted, that he is in fact a deserter. He's probably a traitor. He worked with the Taliban, we understand. There's videos of him helping them, teaching them how to set up IEDs. And so this man did not deserve for us to give in to the Taliban on his behalf, and particularly not trade 5 top Taliban leaders.
Yep.
I mean, this is just incredible that we would do this. If we knew where the man was, we could have sent a rescue mission, but I don't think the military really wanted him back. So, the Obama foreign policy, everything's coming home to roost. I mean, Iraq is about to fall into the hands of a terrorist group that even Al-Qaeda says is unnecessarily brutal. And, that's really taking it one step far along the line. But Obama's foreign policy does not exist. He is willing to negotiate with terrorists. He is willing to give in to terrorists. He is willing to cut and run. And as a result, America is now more in danger than we've ever been before.
We've got Michael Connolly joining us today. He joins us each and every Friday on this program to discuss the issues of the day and also give us some updates on some cases that the United States Justice Foundation are following. And let's do that here with our final moments. What are some of the different cases, and give me some updates on different things you guys have been doing.
Well, of course, we got the VA cases, and we've still got some cases going in California on Obama's eligibility because, frankly, nobody knows who this man is and whether or not he's even eligible to be president. We're working